Hello, everyone. This is teacher Eduardo Cornejo Salvador from Escuela Superior de Tlahuelilpan, and today we're talking about experiences and achievements regarding our English 8.2 class. To begin with, I have a question for you. Have you ever thought of your bucket list? You might wonder what a bucket list is, and this refers to a list of activities that a person hopes to have or accomplish during their lifetime. However, we can create bucket lists for a specific periods of time. For example, a summary bucket list or a bucket list for this 2023. It depends on what you would like to achieve or what you would like to do during those specific periods of time. Today, I'm going to show you my bucket list, the activities that I hope to accomplish during my lifetime. Pay close attention to each of the activities that I would like to do. For example, finish university, live abroad, travel by train, write a book, scuba diving in Cancun, and win an award. You may realize that 3 activities out of the 6 are complete. That is the reason why they are checked off. They have a tick. And 3 of them are not complete. So I'm looking forward to doing them very soon in the future. So far, this is just the list of activities that I would like to do. But remember that the purpose is to express our experiences and achievements. How can I do so? Take a look at the following, and here we have. I have already finished university. I have already lived abroad. I've already traveled by train. I began with the first 3 activities that are complete. Can you see that we're using have or the short form apostrophe VE? What about already? Well, the word already expresses that the activity is complete, is finished. I started this activity in the past and is finished. That is why it's checked off. We have the tick over there. So do you remember the activities that I had in my bucket list? They were finish university, live abroad, and travel by train, which they are part of my complement. But there is a little difference in here. I had them first like finished, live, and traveled. Now I have them as finished, lived, and traveled. They 3 end in ed, but be careful because not all of the time we're using ed, but we're using the past participle form of the actions. For example, eat, ate, eaten, sing, sang, sung. One more time, the action should be in the past participle when talking about our experiences and achievements. Let's move on to the other 3, the activities that are not complete. In this case, we got, I have not written a book yet, I have not scuba dived in Cancun yet, and I haven't won an award yet. None of the 3 are complete. That's what we're saying, have not, or the short form, haven't. It's exactly the same. We are using the action in the past participle form. Written a book, scuba dived, and won an award. And the difference here is now that we're using the word yet. We use the word yet at the end of our experiences and achievements so as to indicate that the activity is not complete. You might remember that in the previous activities, I used the word already because the activity was complete. In this case, we're using the word yet because the activity is not complete. That means that we are looking forward to doing these activities anytime in the future. Because remember that these activities are to be done during our lifetime or during a specific periods of time. Take a look at the following because it's a little bit different. In this case, we're talking about someone else's experiences and achievements. There are some similarities, but at the same time, there are some differences that I want you to pay close attention to. Let's read. You have been to Toronto. They have not eaten Thai food. We've skydived. Pedro has gone to London. Evelyn's read 4 books this month, and he has not been to the beach. We're not talking about our experiences, but we're talking about someone else's experiences. Can you see something different? What can you see? I bet that you've realized that we're using has. We've included in this case one more word, has. But if you have paid close attention, you will also tell me that we continue using the action in the past participle form. Been, eaten, dived, gone, read, and been. So when do we use each of them? Let's analyze. Here we have when to use have or the short form apostrophe VE or the negative form have not. Remember that we can use the short form haven't. And has or the short form apostrophe S and the negative form has not or the short form hasn't. So we use the first ones with I, you, we, and they, and we use the last. That's when we express our experiences and achievements, the things that we've done and the things that we haven't done, but we're looking forward to doing them in the future. What if we are interested in asking about somebody else's experiences? Well, we can use the following. It's very easy because we just do a little inversion, like in this case. Instead of saying they have, we say, have they? Have they been to France? Instead of saying she has, we say, has she? So, has she gone to New York? But be careful. Here in these 2 questions, there are 2 tricky words, been and gone. Super important when we're talking about our experiences and achievements and somebody else's experiences and achievements. Pay close attention and open your eyes very wide. Gone to Colombia or been to Colombia? Help me read the following examples and help me find out what the differences are. Monica has gone to Colombia. She'll be back on Friday. Emiliano has been to Colombia many times. The only thing that is different in this case is the word been and gone. But when do we use each of them? Gone refers to go to a place and that the trip in this case is not finished. In other words, we're saying that Monica is in Colombia now. The trip has not finished yet. But in the second one, Emiliano is not there, which means that Emiliano is not in Colombia. He's here right now in Mexico, so the trips have finished. Once Monica comes back and she's in Mexico, then we are going to replace gone by been. So we will say something like Monica has been to Colombia, but not until she's back. So one more time, be careful with these 2 words. Gone means to go to a place and stay there for a time. And been means to go to a place and return. All right? Let's practice a little bit. I got these 3 sentences and each of them have 4 underlined words. One of the underlined words is not correct, but the words themselves are correct. So do not pay attention only to the words that are underlined A, B, C, D. Read the complete sentence, try to analyze because the mistakes are in the structure. So here it is the first one. We haven't never traveled by ferry. Have you? What do you think the first mistake is? If you said that the mistake was haven't, you are correct. Why? Because we're using haven't as the negative and we use never We cannot have two or double negation. So we cannot have two negatives in this case. No, we cannot say haven't and never. So we would prefer have, like we have never. Since never is negative, then we say positive. What about our second example? Jimena has already watched the movie twice. This implies that the activity is complete. So we're using has because Jimena is a she, but what is incorrect? The mistake is letter C, of course. Keep in mind that the action should be in the past participle form. Therefore, it should be watched with ed, no watched. And our last exercise, gone. Daniela and Oscar have gone to Japan. They said it was an amazing experience. Why do you think the word gone is not correct? We just explained the difference between been and gone. If you say, or if you believe that gone is incorrect because we're talking about an experience that's complete, you're right. The second part is the key word, like the key one. It's very important because the second part is telling us that this activity is finished. That means that Daniela and Oscar went to Japan and they are back because they said it was an amazing experience, which implies they are back in Mexico. So instead of gone, we should use been. One more time, just as a way to sum up this, keep in mind that we do not use double negatives, that the actions should be in the past participle form, and that been and gone are different. Been, that means that a person went to a place and the person is back. And gone, that the person went to a place, but that person is not back yet. All right. Thank you so much. This was Teacher Ed, and hopefully you learned something today. Thank you very much.
Este video es presentado por el Sistema Ciencia Garza Educativa de la Universidad Autónoma del Estado de Hidalgo.